So welcome to my director's commentary on the Hull City of Culture event advertisement. And this, before we get into this, we did use some certain equipment. We use a DSLR camera. We use this because it gives us the best high definition on the footage, and where we were like in the areas and we could get the best angles with them. Plus, it always gave us the best like quality shots that we could for the process that we were gonna go through when we're in editing. So we would have a perfect image for like when we edit the video out and it's rendered out and it looks perfect. So when it came to the editing process, we used the editing software Final Cut Pro. We used this one because this software was like, when we got used to it in the end, it was very simple to use. Like at the beginning of using it, we didn't know where stuff was. Then when we figured out where stuff was, it was a very simple thing because all of us in the team of all productions, we were all used to using Sony Vegas. So as soon as we got used to editing like this in Final Cut, we realized it was very similar to Sony Vegas, and that's why we edit in here, because it was like a new software. It's a new way of like experimenting with the way of making ourselves creativity and all that stuff. Plus, we allowed us to use different effects on text, as you'll see inside the production, as in the actual production. You'll see that we use different text styles. We use this to like change it up a bit and show that Hull is a bit random sometimes, but it is actually a fun place to be. So at the start of the production, we used a quote from Willy Wonka, and we use this is because we were saying to everyone, like, everyone is part of the dream that we make. What we mean by they are part of the dream that we make is that when people come to Hull, their dreams can come true, and that they make their own dreams within this. And this, we use this as a perfect way to start off, because it just like made us like impact the audience from the beginning, and we use it at the end as well. Like, use this same quote. We use this so it leaves the first impact as the last impact, so it looks kind of cool. So as you see, when we first start off the production, that the first thing you see is a hand. We put the hand, like, make sure someone's pointing at the beginning. Is like you're seeing it through our eyes, and not just not seeing it through not just seeing it through your own eyes, but through our eyes, and see how we see Hull. We also took many shots from all different types of year. We started filming from the early Octobers. Because Hull Fair came around, and Hull Fair only comes once every year. So we decided, oh yeah, there's going to be events they want to come see that is only around once a year. So that's why we put Hull Fair in it. So we used different camera shots from ups and downs to the camera shot. Up angles, lower angles, mid angles, angles going across the screen. We used all those types of angles. We used all these types of angles because we wanted to show the audience that you could see Hull from every perspective in this, and you can experience this for yourself. If you come to Hull, you can see Hull from its top to its low, to see what you can see above, like on all its famous places that people do around the world, to the most unpopular places that are not known, such as the Prospect Centre, that is not well known because it's foreshadowed over Princess Quay. That is a much popular centre in Hull. So that's why we used it. When we used all these like lower places that people don't not have heard of, we also used like most famous places, because places that people know and like already know that they are there in Hull is like, oh yeah, we know that and that. That's brilliant for us because it allows them to recognize something and go, oh yeah, I've always wanted to go see that, and it allows them, oh yeah, we can go see that, and come to Hull and actually come see it, because we got the City of Culture coming on. They've got a reason to come to Hull, and this is what we wanted. We wanted them to have a reason to come to Hull, come and explore. There's like all the tourist attractions we've got in Hull. So when we were editing this together, and like we're in the production phase, like where we would actually produce the editing process of this, we realized that we didn't have enough footage, but this gave us the great opportunity to actually put in archive footage. So in the archive footage, we did put in some Hull City stuff. We put in Hull City because Hull City is our main football team in Hull. So because we had our main city, that shows what we represent, because the football fans would actually realize that, like, football fans from all over the world, that favorite team is Hull. They can actually come here and come to this stadium that they actually train in, and sometimes they could potentially be able to meet the players. So that's why we import the archive footage, because you see where Hull triumph in the football league, and it just makes really good for advertising like the city, because Hull City as a team is a brilliant team to in football. So that's why we imported them into our production. When it came to like the process of choosing what music would happen and the final ending of the production, we went through a little stage where we went through we got mixed between two little songs, and one was the Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka to go with the quote and the end quote of the production. we think this, but then when we started it, together, and we rendered one version out where we had a draft version, we saw that it wasn't that good, and then we changed it to our song, which was "Life Is Not a Dream." We chose this song because life is not like a dream, because when you come to Hull, we want you to make it believe it is a dream. So that's why we chose it. It was like a little hit in there, like it was like a little comedy behind it, like, come here and you can experience the dream with us. And then when it came to the end, we decided to put our production name and then Chin Up to City of Culture to give a final impact that it's City of Culture, why this production is being made, and leaving it with the quote at the end again, because we left this at the end because we want them to leave the experience the way they enter the experience, to believe that it was all like a dream, and we want them to come visit Hull. So this has been my director's commentary, Samuel Faria, and thank you for watching.